Kumusta na kayo mga mahal kong mag-aaral? Narito na naman muli ang Matalas Channel through Sir Absolon at kayo ay aking binabati para sa isa na namang makabuluhang pagtalakay sa mga lesson na may kinalaman sa mga araling pang-matematika. So ano pa ang hinihintay natin? Let's go! So our lesson for today is all about multiplication of radical expressions. And last time we already discussed the different properties of radicals. So I believe we are now able to do multiplication this time more easy. At the end of this lesson, you are expected to do multiplication of radical expression both with the same indexes and with different indexes. So are you ready, my dear student?
Yes, sir.
Okay, before we are going to start our example number 1, so let's review first the product rule. And the product rule states this way: the nth root of A times the nth root of B is equivalent to the nth root of A times B. And remember once again, this rule is used only when the indices of the radical expression to be multiplied are the same. So I will repeat yung index natin, yung palagi kong sinasabi sa inyo, yung nakatak na small number dun sa parang checkmark ng radical expression. So para mas inspirado si Sir na magagawa ng mga bagong videos para sa inyo mga anak, pwede ba paki-smash na lang yung notification bell and then like and share, and ang pinaka-importante sa lahat, your subscription. Thank you very much. So let's proceed now to example number 1 using the product rule. What is the product of the square root of 2 and the square root of 6? So to get the product of the square root of 2 times the square root of 6, so we are going to follow the product rule, and that is nth root of A times the nth root of B. It is equivalent to the nth root of the product of A and B. So following that rule, so we have the square root of 2 times the square root of 6, so it is equivalent to the square root of 2 times the square root of 6, and multiplying 2 times 6, that is equivalent to 12. Now to get the square root of 12, so we are going to factor out the greatest common factor of square factor of 12, and that is 4 times 3. And then using the property of radical that if they have the same index and exponent, then the answer is base. So expressing 4 on that way, so we have square root of 2 raised to 2. So parehas yung exponents pa index times 3. So therefore, ang sagot sa 2 square root of 2, the answer is 2. And then affix the square root of 3. Okay, so let's proceed to example number 2. So we have to find the product of the cube root of 2 and the square root of 6. So as you notice, the indices of the two factors are not the same. The first one is 3 and the second one is 2. So paano gagawin natin kapag magkaiba yung mga indices ng mga factors na i-multiply natin? So ang una natin gagawin ay i-convert muna natin siya sa exponential form. Okay, so hindi ko na ipaliwanag kung paano mag-convert kasi natalakay na natin ito doon sa mga previous lessons natin. So cube root of 2 is written as 2 raised to 1/3, and square root of 6 is written as 6 raised to 1/2. And then the next step ay gagawin natin magkaparehas yung denominator ng mga exponent natin. So the least common multiple of 3 and 2 is 6. So maghanap ka ng number na i-multiply mo sa denominator na magbibigay ng 6. So dun sa 1/3, ang i-multiply natin dun ay 2. So i-multiply natin yung 2 dun sa taas at sa kababa ng numerate ng fraction dun sa exponent. So therefore 1 times 2 is 2, and then 3 times 2 is 6. Then ganon din dun sa 6 raised to 1 half. So, i-multiply natin siya ng 3 sa numerator and denominator of the exponent. So, therefore, the answer is 3 over 6. And then, saka natin siya i-convert muli sa radical form. So, yung 2 raised to 2 over 6, it is written in the radical form. So, that is equivalent to 6 root of 2 raised to 2. And then, yung radical form ng 6 raised to 6 over 6, I should say, is equivalent to the 6 root of 3 raised to 3. And then, combining them together, multiply na natin ang ating radicand. So, just copy the common index and then multiply natin yung 2 raised to 2 times 6 raised to 3. Then, if you're going to extract 2 raised to 2, the answer is 4. And 6 raised to 3 is equivalent to 216. And then, finally, multiply natin yung radicand natin. So, 4 times 216, the answer is 864. Or that is equivalent to the 6th root of 864. Okay, for example number 3, so it is just similar to our example number 2, but this time it contains a variable in the radicand, and at the same time they have different indexes also. 2xy has an index of 2 and cube root of 4x square y square has an index of 3. So how can we solve also this problem? So again, listen very well, my dear students. Since we have different indexes, so the first step is to change them first in their exponential form. So square root of 2xy is transformed into 2xy raised to 1 half, and the cube root of 4x square y square is also transformed to 4x square y square raised to 1/3. And then after changing them into their exponential form, so we're going to change their exponents such that they have the same denominator. So since we have 2 and 3 as the denominator, so the least common multiple or the least common divisor of this fraction is 6. So again, you're going to find a number to be multiplied in each of these exponents so that the denominator of the exponent will be 6. So 2xy raised to 1 half, so we're going to multiply this by 3, so it will become 2xy raised to 3 over 6, and 4x square y square raised to 1/3, so we're going to multiply the exponent by 2, so that is equivalent to 4x square y square raised to 2 over 6. Then after changing them into exponential form with the same denominator in the exponent, then we will convert now as 1 into its radical form, so that will become the 6th root of 2xy cubed multiplied by the quantity 4x square y square raised to 2. And then distributing the exponents, so we have 2 raised to 3, x raised to 3, and y raised to 3. And we have in the second part, that is 4 raised to 2, x raised to 4, since 2 times 2 is 4, and y raised to 4 because 2 times 2 is also 4. Then after which we're going to simplify 2 raised to 3, so it will become 8, and 4 raised to 2, it will become 16. And then multiplying 8 by 16, so that is 128. Multiplying x raised to 3 times x raised to 4, so that is equivalent to x 3 plus 4. Then multiplying also y raised to 3 times y raised to 4, that is equivalent to y raised to 3 plus 4. And simplifying the exponents, so it will become the 6th root of 128, x raised to 7, y raised to 7. And getting now the 6th root of 2 raised to 7, x raised to 7, y raised to 7, so that is equivalent to 6th root of 2 raised to 6 times 2,
x raised to 6 times x and y raised to 6 times y. And again, applying the property of the exponent, the property of radicals such that if they have the same index and exponent, then the answer is the base. So pulling out now all factors in the radicand with the exponent of 6, so that is equivalent to 2xy, and then all the terms less than the index of 6, so that is equivalent to 2xy also. So therefore the final answer is 2xy, the 6th root of 2xy.
Okay, so let's proceed now to example number 4, and this will be our final illustration for today. What should be multiplied to the cube root of a raised to 2 so that the result will be the 12 root of a raised to 3? Okay, so here is our solution. So let x be the number to be multiplied to the cube root of a square, so that it will give us a result of the 12 root of a cube. So therefore our equation will be the cube root of a square multiplied by x is equivalent to the 12 root of a raised to 3. To solve for the value of x, so we have the cube root of a square multiplied by a number x all over by the cube root of a square. It is equal to the 12 root of a cube divided by, once again, by the cube root of a square. And then, so that we will be able to use the quotient rule, we're going to transform both the numerator and denominator with the same indexes. Since the least common indexes of the numerator and denominator is 12, so we're going to multiply the index 3 in the denominator by 4 and the exponent 2 by 4. So that will be equivalent to 12 root of a raised to cube all over by 12 root of a raised to 8. And using again the quotient rule, we can now convert them as one radical because they have already the same indexes. So that is equivalent to 12 root of a raised to cube all over by a raised to 8. So to simplify the 12 root of a raised to 3 all over a raised to 8, so we are going to use the quotient rule under case number 2, wherein the value of the exponent in the denominator is greater than the exponent in the numerator. So that is equivalent to the 12 root of 1 all over a raised to 8 minus 3. And 8 minus 3, that is equivalent to a raised to 5. So getting now the 12 root of 1, so that is 1 all over the 12 root of a raised to 5. So the same, that is 12a raised to 5. Now to remove the square root in the denominator, so we are going to rationalize it. So we are going to multiply by a radical that will give us a perfect 12 root in the denominator, and that is the 12 root of a raised to 7, because if we're going to add 5 plus 7, it will give us 8. So therefore we can now eliminate the radical in the denominator. So 1 times the 12 root of a raised to 7 is the same as 12 root of a raised to 7 all over by 12 root of a raised to 5 multiplied by 12 root of a raised to 7. So that is equivalent to 12 root of a raised to 12. And 12 root of a raised to 7 is the same as 12a raised to 7, 12 root of a raised to 7 all over the 12 root of a, and that is equivalent to a. So therefore, since 12 root of a raised to 7 all over a cannot be simplified any longer, so the final answer is 12 root of a raised to 7 all over a. Maliwanag ba sa inyo mga anak? Sana naintindihan nyo ang ating lesson sa ngayon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
that ends our lesson for today, and this is Sir Sunny Bugawisan of Matalas Channel. And always remember, in Matalas Channel, we are making mathematics more easy. Bye-bye! See you again next time!